We're rolling.
I'm gonna save it, and then after I'm gonna start tagging people. Oh man, I think I smoked too much. Alright, mi gente, ¿cómo andamos? Mi gente bonita, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, donde nos estén viendo, Instagram. Aquí andamos con el compa Pacheco, the homie Sean, the Don.
Hello.
We're here in another podcast, again in English, but I mean, we're getting content to you guys, right?
Hello.
Oh yeah.
That's what it's all about.
Yes, sir. All right, Sean,
Yes, sir.
tell me about yourself.
Man, I'm from Virginia. I used to be in the military. I was in the United States Army.
Really? For how long?
I was in the Army for 5 years.
5 years. Anything interesting happened in those 5 years?
I went to Korea. That was my first place I went to.
Dude, I've been wanting to go to Korea because I've seen like the robots and all the anime things.
I didn't really see too much of that when I was there. You know what I mean? It was, you know.
Yeah.
You know, it was some Army things, but yeah, that was probably kind of interesting, man. Going to Korea and kind of seeing that in North Korea and the divide and all of that. But that was probably the most interesting thing.
You're in South.
South Korea, yeah, yep.
You went to the border?
We did. You know, when you get there, it's a lot of things that you do when you do get there, and those are the one of the things that you do before you actually start like soldiering. When you get there, it's a lot of things you sign and do, and one of the things that you know they do before they put you where they put you is they take all the soldiers to the DMZ. That's what it's
front line.
To the front line. You know what I mean? It's crazy. So yeah, that was kind of interesting, kind of seeing how those soldiers like they don't move. It's very strict over there.
Yeah,
you know what I
very
mean?
strict,
So it's kind of
strict.
crazy. They don't move at all. You know what I mean? Our soldiers are moving around. Their soldiers stiff, looking at you like, "Don't cross that line, buddy," because
North Korea.
yeah, North Korea. Yeah, right.
I've seen that, I don't know, I just seen the image, but it's like the soldiers, they have like a pin needle on right here on their collar that they looking up, they look down, they get poked.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy, man. It's a, you know, it's a lot of things that, you know, we was kind of looking at kind of crazy, but you know, that's kind of their soldiering, and that's how they keep their discipline. You know what I mean? So it was kind of cool to see, but at the same time, it's like, oh man, like they're strict.
Like for them.
Yes, definitely.
So what got you, well, back then, what got you into into thinking of getting in the military?
You know, at that time, man, my mom had left the household, so it was just my dad. And I have 2 brothers, 2 sisters, so it was 5 of us. At that time, I was just trying to get away from home. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I really wasn't a I'm going to college type student. You know what I mean? I just did enough just to graduate on time. You know what I mean? And then I just decided to go into the military, and it was good at first. You know, if I think back, you know, I wish I would have stayed in. You know what I mean? I wish I would have had that drive to stay in the military. But at that time, when I was getting out, like the military was just getting a little bit softer. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? It was kind of transitioning into a different type of military, and all of my sergeants and captains and everybody, they was retiring, so I just kind of followed them and getting out as well. You know what I mean?
They say when a man it's like around 40, they start going softer because of their bodily chemicals.
Yeah.
They go
Testosterone.
soft.
Yeah.
Testosterone starts going down, and then that's why they go soft. So could be something, huh?
So you know, it's a lot of things, especially in the military, man. It's a lot of things you got to deal with. It's a lot of things you got to do. So after a while, you know, people start getting tired of that. You know, having to do that same thing all over again, having to
5 years. It's
of every day of
It's
it.
a
You know
lot.
what I mean?
For me, it's a lot.
But yeah, it was pretty cool, man. It was. I can't lie. It was an experience. You know, I thank God he pulled me through it, but it was great, man. I can't lie.
You got pretty jacked, too.
You know, in there, you know, I was never I was never a weightlifter or, you know, I was just one of those guys that got by. You know what I mean? Like, I did enough. You know what I mean? They do have standards that you know, had to keep up in the military with PT tests and all that. So, you know, I just did enough. You know what I mean? I can't lie.
Just to get by.
Just to get by. You know what I mean?
All right. So tell me, after the military happened and all of that happened, what were you thinking of being your hobby before being a DJ?
You know what's crazy? I always wanted to follow my dad. My dad used to work for the United States government, and he held kind of
really?
a pretty big position at a place called the Voice of America.
Oh wow!
In this place, they broadcast American news to all countries, all in one building. So all in one building, they're all reading American news. But it's all going to Afghanistan, China, Australia, you know, all these different places. You know what I mean?
I'm already hearing all the conspiracy theories right now. See, bro, I told you the United States government controls everything. I told you, man.
But
that's what they be doing right now, but they be doing everything.
He was, you know, I was kind of always around like these type of
influential people.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, you know, that was one of the things that I wanted to do when I got out. But when I was in the military, I used to come down to Yakima. It was a lot of soldiers that used to come down to Yakima just to party on the weekends.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a base over there, huh?
Yeah, it's in no, we would never come to the military base. We would come from Fort Lewis just to Yakima, just for the weekend.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So at that time, I met one of the DJs that worked at the radio station. And then I kind of connected with that guy, and he called me. Actually, I got out of the military, flew home, and he called me and was like, "Man, there's a job on the radio." Mm-hmm. So I came back and I started a weekend job on the radio in Yakima. I had a mix show at night on Saturday nights. I started there. Then I got my own nighttime show.
And then what was it called?
It was just a nighttime with Seandon.
At the radio.
Yeah, at the radio station.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's where you saw like a good opportunity, even though it was a nighttime.
Yeah.
To get the name Seandon outside, right?
Definitely. You know, just not being from here at all. You know what I mean? It was a good opportunity to get out there. You know what I mean? It was great. I never really thought about being a DJ. You know what I mean? A DJ wasn't really a part of.
It just happened.
You know what I mean? It really wasn't a part of what I really wanted to do. I just worked on the radio. We was doing just mic work. You know what I mean? It was never actually DJing. You know what I mean? Till a buddy of mine was like, "Man, I think you should be a DJ. You'd be pretty good, man. Like, I think you work on the radio and you already know the music. You know what I mean? Because the music is the biggest part of DJing, not really the technical work. Yeah. It's the music. You know what I mean?
Feeling the people, letting the vibe talk to you to transmit it through the DJ booth.
Right.
Through the music waves.
So, I clicked onto that, man, and just started doing it, and then it just snowballed, man. And 20 years later, I'm here.
Wow, 20 years.
20 years later.
20 years.
Yeah, I started in 05.
05?
Yeah.
So, who's the first artist that the very, like, how you say, concrete artist that you DJ'd for?
Big Gemini.
Big Gemini?
Big Gemini. He came out the same time like Lil Rob, Mr. Capone, Mr. Criminal. He came out when all those fellas, I mean, they probably been doing it for a long time. I really don't know their back history, how long they've been back, but that's when they were like popping on the radio, you know what I mean? He had a big song called Hypnotize.
Hypnotize?
And man, it was big in the Valley. So my best friend, LaFonte Joe, he's a promoter. He brought him out. That was his first show, and that was our first artist, and it just kind of snowballed from there.
That's when you like knew like. Damn.
Yeah, it was pretty big
you knew you had it in you. You're like, I'm
like,
built for this.
Yeah, this is it. Yeah, and it just clicked, man. You know, for never, you know, back then, and I don't even know if Instagram was big back then or Instagram was even Instagram back then. You know what I mean? Like when I started, you know what I mean?
When it was the brown camera with the black lens and like the three different color stripes.
Come on,
yeah.
like, you know what I mean? Like when it was first started.
I remember, bro.
So you know, there wasn't too many things that you know, I can really look at and do to kind of focus on what it was. YouTube really wasn't that big neither. So not really learning how to DJ, you know what I mean? And it just it just coming to me. That's why I tell people it was like a God-given gift to me. You know what I mean? Because I never really studied it. Never.
It
like
happened.
It just happened. You know what I mean? And I was shout out to the other DJs out in the valley, Nam Ray out there, DJ Garen Moore, Mahalaga, Team SNS, DJ Eddie F, Ricky Fresco. Those guys was actually DJing, and they allowed me to actually host and kind of learn how to DJ at the same time. You know what I mean? So shout out to those guys for really laying that down, but I kind of just snowballed into.
Yeah, and that snowball reference, I get it. So I like, man, I just visually seeing it right now. Just getting the example you're setting, because like you say, you started first doing what you're doing,
Yeah,
and then you went into being the path of a DJ, and then to that you're going on to podcasts now.
right.
After that, who knows? You maybe be starting a series or in a movie.
Man, you know, I hope, you know, that's the, you know, that's
Your
always
own
the goal.
autobiography, perhaps.
You know, that's all. And I always thought about doing that. You know what I mean? Being that I am from Virginia, a lot of people don't know my, you know, the backstory of where I'm from and how I kind of all got to, you know, into this one book. But I would love to do that one time, man. Actually take some cameras back with me and, you know, see my family, see how I grew up, see where I grew up, you know, all those type of things. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So that, you know, that's something in the future I would like to do for sure.
So talking about the future, let's head back into the past again. So for me and my brother and my sister, we're really close.
Yeah.
We're always making memories. What's one of the best memories you have from your childhood with them?
Man, every summer there's this thing called the Harvest Fest, or it's called the Harvest Moon, and it's in the end of September, where I guess it's kind of the transitioning into fall.
There's gonna be a pink moon, like
A what?
a pink moon, like tomorrow. I think it's gonna be.
Definitely wasn't that. Definitely wasn't
You said
that.
moon. I remember being on Instagram scrolling that. There's gonna be a pink moon in 2 days. But yeah, my bad, bro.
But
Carry on,
yeah,
carry on.
no, it was this thing called the Harvest Moon, and my dad took all of us out there, and it's a big camping field where like they cut out the trees, and it's big, man, and they had maybe 50 to 100 families out there, man. Big bonfire, like bonfire as big as a building.
Damn.
Just, you know, and it lasted all night, and they had live bands out there playing like, you know, classic rock records, and you know what I mean? So that's one memory I do have of me and all my brothers and sisters going out there, waking up in the morning and eating breakfast. And
You would sleep there.
yeah, sleep there all weekend. We go out there on a Friday morning, set up our tents, and then we'd go find all the other little families that we kind of knew, because you know it was kind of like it was like my dad's best friends,
Okay.
and it was like a whole bunch of families, man. And we went out there every end of September. And
September.
yeah, we set up our tents, man, and get out there and play all weekend. It was like Lost all weekend. We'd go eat in different campsites, and it was kind of cool, man. So that's one of the memories I do have of my family going to the Harvest Moon, man.
You're the youngest, older,
I am the oldest.
oldest.
I am the oldest.
Oldest one.
Yeah. Oldest of 5.
What is a 5?
Yeah.
Me, I'm the oldest of 2 blood brothers,
2 blood brothers.
like, and half brothers.
How many half brothers you got?
Man, I don't know if I can say on camera. Hey, shout out to you guys though.
Shout out to all the family.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey, but this is what I like. What I'm liking to start to asking on podcast. Little details. What is some memory do you have the little detail made your day?
As far as like growing up, or like as far as like right now?
Let's say growing up. Something that you were very fond of. But it was something so little that nobody else would be like, oh, look at that. Only you would notice it.
Man, you know, growing up, it was just all about family for me. So I don't have really the little moments like that, but I would say my little moments was probably just being able to go to my auntie's house or my grandmother's house You know what I mean? Like that was like the littlest thing. You know what I mean? Just a quick drop off or just going by there real quick just to see the family. Just because growing up, I didn't grow up with friends. You know what I mean? I didn't have friends. I just literally had all my family.
Family.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I didn't go to my friend's house to sleep over for the night and play video games, do all that. I went to my cousin's house.
To that favorite
You know
cousin,
what I mean? Yeah. Or we all gathered up and went to my auntie's house, and it was like 16 of us in there.
Oh, sure.
You know what I mean? Just there, just
They're blessed.
you know what I mean?
Exactly know what you mean.
You know, just those are the little things. You know what I mean? If we would say any of the little things, is just being able to kick it with my cousins on the weekends, and we wake up Sunday morning, go to church. After church, all the family come back to my auntie's house and eat. You know what I mean? So if I would say the little things, man, that would be probably it, man. Just being able to spend time with my brothers, sisters, and my cousins all growing up. That was probably the little things.
So as I hear, you're Christian.
Yeah.
You're Christian.
Yeah.
When did you meet God, Jesus?
You know, probably before I moved away from. So when I grew up in a place called Herndon, Virginia, and that's kind of where all of my family was my church. That's where my church was at. So once I moved away from there, I seen times got kind of hard. You know what I mean? Just because I moved away from my entire family, moved away from church.
Out of your comfort zone, right?
Yeah, you know what I mean? So then that's when my mom left. My mom left in between my 9th and 10th years in school. You know what I mean? So that summer.
Freshman.
Yeah, going into sophomore. Yeah, right. So, you know, during those times is kind of the times where I can find myself kind of, praying a little bit harder. You know what I mean? Kind of finding God at that time, because growing up, I felt like we just had to go to church. It was just one of those things. You know what I mean? Like you going to church on Sundays.
Yeah.
Bible study on Wednesdays, church rehearsal Thursdays. You know what I mean? Like I was in one of them families.
Yeah, for us, for me, it was school on Saturday and church on Sunday.
Yeah. Right. So I mean, you know, we always played a part. Not saying I take that back. We wasn't forced to go to church. It was just a way of life for us.
Yeah.
Not forced to go to church. It was just a way of life.
You know, there was some day that you didn't want to go.
Oh, yeah, definitely. But I knew it was going. You know what I mean? Like we gonna wake up Sunday and go to church for sure. But yeah, when we kind of moved away, that's where I kind of I had to really fall back on that sometimes. You know what I mean? Because times was definitely hard at that time. You know what I mean? Being that you know, my dad did a great job with all of us. Of course, the family helped. You know what I mean? But that's definitely one of those times where I kind of I definitely fell into that a little bit more. Not too many people like really knew about that, but that was definitely the times where I definitely needed God a lot. You know what I mean? So I think that's the time where I kind of found out like, yeah.
Faith, like he's real. Like,
definitely.
Okay.
You know, it took me through a lot for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
You feel there's nobody around. But that's when you feel like a warm hug around you. You start feeling warm.
That's that time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's that time.
It's like he's embracing you already. He's like, all right, go do what you gotta do.
Right.
But preach in my name.
Come on. And I try to, you know, life be happening so much, man. So, you know, every now and then I'll throw a reminder out there on Instagram or something to let people know, like,
you
know what I'm saying? You need that. You know what I mean? Don't forget about that. That's the most important part right there. You know what I mean?
That's what us Christians, I believe, we have to do. Don't be like afraid or anything like that of talking about Jesus or telling other people.
A lot of things I've seen is where am I? ¿Estoy ahí o estoy ahí, güey?
I don't know.
Producción, ¿dónde está mi cámara? Esa? All right, a lot that I've been seeing is a lot of people, like Christians, scare away people that could be saved. They scare them away by shoving the ideas in their minds instead of showing the idea and planting the seed and letting it grow on its own. They be like, take this, and they shove it down their throats. Like, come on, bro, you don't.
That ain't gonna happen like that.
That's not what God is about. God is like, hey, this is him. It's your choice if you want to meet him or not.
But you definitely gonna call his name for sure.
Mm-hmm.
You gonna need him. I tell you that much.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean. I don't know if it's because you didn't had a bad night of drinking. Oh God, I promise I ain't gonna drink no more. You know what I mean?
You're
or
always
God,
saying it
thank you for this. You know what I mean? Like, thank you for this check, or thank you for
the food. Thank you for the water.
Yes, you know what I mean. Like you definitely gonna make that connection one way or another. So you're not gonna avoid it. It's not gonna happen.
I've heard this story of a guy that they ask him, hey, if you had two countries where you want to take your kids, one is a Christian country, and another one is country where they don't believe on Jesus. Which one would you take them, and why? And everything comes back to like, I mean, a Christian country has like that. I don't know how to say it, but
that love, that warmth,
that construction of faith, and
a construction of faith not based in hate.
Yeah. So,
and lust.
Where would you take your kids? Me as like, if someone asks you, right?
What's in the other country?
They don't.
Everything's the same.
I would say like
basically, but there's.
But that's where you need to be.
They don't believe in.
That's where you need to be. That's where the angels need to be. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? They don't need to be in the other country because it's already over there. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? If we got to draw the line of where we gonna go, I'm gonna try to go over here because I think
they need it.
They need it over here.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, you're right.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody over here living by it. Mm-hmm. So what we doing? We ain't. God said go teach it.
Go teach it.
Yeah. Go teach it.
He's speaking facts right now.
You know what I'm saying?
This took another.
Speaking facts. Took another. We were speaking something, and he came out us with something else, but
better.
Something better. Yeah. He said, well, we said in better words. He has a way with words like that. And it may not even be that. It just may be God just being right here in the room and talking through you, through me, you know?
Right.
That's how it is.
But that would be my thinking. You know what I mean? Like, I understand this. I know this where his people is. You know what I mean? But
I agree.
They if they over here in this country over here and they all doing God's, they already doing that already.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to get over here and teach these. It might not work. You know what I mean? Who knows though?
They say you can't help who doesn't want to be helped, right?
You know, you never know.
Interesting that you say that because I was just thinking right now, my own imagination floating in my own space. People that don't believe in God or the word of Jesus or the word of the Lord, when they be around their day, like you say, they say, oh my God, what is this happening to me? Or it's be like, oh God, what's wrong with you? Or, oh, on God, or things like that.
Yeah.
Those are the people that be asking for help. It's not maybe them, but it may be like their souls. You know?
Yeah.
They're like, help me, I'm surrounded by all this, bad things, bad friends, lust, all of this. They're asking for help. That's my thinking.
And it's hard, but hey, gotta do what you gotta do.
My bad to the viewers. If I seem a little shaky, I'm cold right now, bro.
Cold, pa?
I'm cold, pa.
Well, this led us into talking about Jesus, which I honestly love talking about Jesus. But let's change the topic a bit. Do you believe in aliens?
Yeah, they out there, man.
They out there?
They out there.
Okay.
Something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
the government did say that it's for real.
They said
it's for real.
They said even the JFK thing.
I mean, come on. Like they wouldn't have all the files and they wouldn't have a little area 51 over there. They wouldn't do all this if it's not for nothing. If it is, I mean, it's gonna come out.
Yeah.
Sooner than later, we gonna see these things.
Would you believe me if I told you I saw a UFO already?
Nah, I would believe you because it's out there.
Yeah.
It's out there.
Imagínate.
How do you have
Dude,
to attack me?
I was outside my apartment, right? Where I park. Hey, yo.
So just side note real quick.
Yeah.
Just because it's on my mind about believing things.
Yeah.
I can't think of what it is called, but what is the like that scary dog that's like running around and people was like, oh, I've never seen that before, but people are scared of it. It's like a Mexican tradition. It's like a
Chihuahua?
No, not a Chihuahua. Oh my gosh. I'll come back to it. I'm gonna think of what it is, but like nobody's like really never seen it, but
it just El Cucuy?
A what?
Cucuy?
That might be it.
El Cucuy. Yeah. El Chamuco.
What what are those? What are those? What is that?
Cucuy basically means like a demon, like something like that.
It's like if you don't go to sleep, a cucuy is gonna get you.
Yeah. No, it's not that. Like it's an actual.
You talking about the smiling dog?
No. Oh my god.
I'm Mexican. I don't even know about that.
Oh my gosh. Oh,
what does the dog do? He's just running around?
No, it's like a scary little animal or something, and it's like a Mexican tradition of what it is. Like, oh, this is gonna kill me right now. Not being able to.
Bro, we have to put. Now we have to pull our phones out, man.
Go ahead.
Let's start looking. Let's start looking.
I gotta see. I got to, man. This is crazy that I don't remember what that thing is called. But why y'all bring up the alien things? Y'all believe it?
Yeah, of course.
All right. So I saw an UFO. Hold on.
Unidentified
flying object. UFO. I was outside getting my groceries from the car, right? You know where I park always, besides where the trash can is. I was right there. I just take my groceries out my car. I close the door. I just turn and then I look up to the sky, to where the hill the hill is. There's like a little hill, and then there's like a star bright, and just going like this, just right, left, right, up, down, circles, moving this like that. Just
you seen it for
movements. Real? Yeah, I tried to record it too. Let me look up the snap. Yeah, man, it's shitty quality. It was an iPhone 8 Plus.
This thing.
Oh,
chupacabras.
Come on, man. Come on, yo. Come on, yo.
Oh man.
I just didn't remember as a dog.
But what
if you would have said sheep and two holes on in the
is this for real though?
Yeah, they talk about it. They talk about it. I don't know if I haven't seen it.
Okay, got you. Okay.
I say I don't believe it until I see it.
Got you.
Yeah.
So you don't believe the alien thing neither?
Yeah, I do.
But you ain't seen it.
I've seen it.
You
I've seen lights.
You ain't never seen an alien though.
Not like an actual big ass.
No. You ain't never seen that. You just seen the little things flying around.
Yeah.
Hey, you know. That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody actually put their eyes on them things.
No.
The government is so iffy, dog. You never know.
But I think they not many people have seen him just because they don't want to be seen.
I mean, they do say they're smarter than we are.
They're smarter than we are. I'm pretty sure.
Definitely.
They're in the ocean. The government said they're from the ocean.
I've seen a lot of things lately about that coming out the ocean.
The government said the aliens don't come from space; they come from the ocean. They said.
I've seen that.
I'm gonna sound like a conspiracy theorist. Hey, don't believe what I'm saying. It's allegedly.
Right.
Allegedly.
It's allegedly.
Right.
So yeah, that's what the government be talking about. A lot of things, but let's get back to your story, man.
Yes, sir.
DJ. Anything else after you think about being a DJ? Plans for the future now?
To be honest, man, ownership would probably be next. Cause as a DJ, I've been DJing for 20 years. You think back like how much money you probably have made the clubs that you have been in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And where's that at?
Right. Right. You know what I'm saying? So, ownership is probably, as a DJ, that's probably like the last step of what we do, unless you have a full-time job doing something else
or business, like
you know what I'm saying, another business or something there where it's just a side job. Nah, this is like this is my lifestyle, this is my career, this is what I do. You know what I mean?
We as humans, we want to have control over shit. So,
right.
So being in your own like boss,
Yes.
right? That's
right.
what we all want. So. Yeah.
So an adult lounge would probably be my next step, like 25 and older to get in.
Oh yeah.
Dress to get in, you know what I mean? Dress up, you know
lounge.
what I mean?
Okay.
Lounge, yeah, right.
Like
not a club, a lounge.
Food, music, or what?
Yeah, just lounge set up areas like this in the whole club, you know what I mean?
As a DJ, do you think like a club opening up or a lounge with the style of clubs from the 80s or 70s, like with the neons, lasers, and then like I don't know what
it works for some areas. You know what I mean?
Do you think it would work for Washington if you were to base it in Washington?
It would work. You know what I mean? There's a club kind of like that in Seattle. It's called Supernova. Real cool old school setting look like. You know what I mean? Like disco balls and the lights and the flamingos and the palm trees, and they got stripper poles in there, and it's like it's real. Oh, they got the mirrors on the wall, so it's real old school. You know what I mean? It's got to feel kind of like Scarface. You seen the movie Scarface? And then you step in the club and it's the pink lights and the mirrors on the wall, and you got the ladies go dancing, but you know it's modern now. You know what I mean? So there's a few clubs like that, but I think that'd be great for Washington if they could have, you know, one of those things like a Studio 54 type feel. You know what I mean? So definitely type shit. Definitely.
Yeah. Damn, that's crazy. Well,
I don't know why are we for some reason feeling like we cannot cuss in the podcast,
right? I don't know.
Because we just talking about
Jesus.
You know what I'm saying? So they try and keep it kind of safe. You know what I mean? You know?
Yeah. For any young DJs, any starting out DJ, what would be your number one piece of advice that you wish you would have given to yourself, or somebody would have given to yourself? Like the number one top thing.
Man, to be honest, just make sure, remain humble. You know what I mean? Take your steps as being a DJ. Some DJs want to come in and rock a club of 400 people. You know what I mean? Get in there on them slow nights when ain't nobody. Go ask the DJ who DJs on a slow night, hey, can I DJ for you tonight for free? I just want to get out here, and live practice is better than no practice.
Yeah, no practice.
You know what I'm saying? Sure. I use some of those times. Like, not every club hit for me. Or a lot of some DJs, you know what I mean? A lot of clubs don't hit some of these nights. I use those nights as my practicing nights, where I play some of them records where I usually don't play. You know what I mean? And get your music right. Make sure you got enough music that you can be across the board with it.
Yeah.
Some DJs, they just stick in one lane, stay in that lane. You ain't gonna find much pleasure in that. You know what I mean? Because sooner than later, somebody else gonna pick up on what you're doing, especially if it's popping. Then they gonna DJ somewhere else.
You worked for it, and they can take it right out of your hands if you sleep on it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, you know, stay true to it. Stay persistent. You know what I mean? Stay humble.
Stay humble for sure.
And this is a question I like to ask. Second time I'll be asking it in the podcast. What's your inspiration to get up every morning and do your thing? Start grinding for your goal. No stopping whatsoever.
You know, I got kids, man. You know what I mean?
How many?
I got 5.
5 kids?
5.
You know what I mean? So it's you know, that's always the inspiration for parents anyway, is the kids, you know what I mean? But I just get up every day just hoping to do better self. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't do better for self, you can't help the kids, you can't help mom, dad, you can't do really too much. So inspiration wise, man, just seeing myself do better. You know what I mean? I'm inspired just to do better.
To do better.
As a person, period.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I saw this quote. This guy said, don't work on yourself to be perfect. Just work to be better.
That's it.
Damn,
got me. You know what I mean?
That got me. I was like,
because ain't nobody perfect. You know what I mean?
No.
Ain't nobody out there writing a book on how to be a perfect person.
Nope.
You know what I mean? There's not one perfect person. Everybody has messed up, then done something they shouldn't have done, even if you don't even know about it.
Yeah.
Trust me.
It's like even God, even the Bible says it. Even God says it. You're not perfect. You're a sinner. You're always gonna be a sinner. And the only forgiveness is through the word, through Jesus.
Come on.
Nobody is perfect. I have my flaws. He has his flaws. He has his flaws. He's just like that.
They wouldn't say he died for your sins for nothing. You know what I mean? Like, come on, like you born into it. Like, you know what I mean? So, you know, just be better. That's my only thing. I just want to see myself be better, because if I'm better, everything else around me is better. You know what I mean? So that's pretty much my inspiration.
So when you have kids, obviously you change, right? Your mindset, everything changes. Your surroundings changes. But before you had a kids, what was your motivation?
You know, just living, man. I was on my own. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Before kids, I was in the military. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So, just doing that. To be honest, man, getting up, being a soldier, being by myself. I'm not home. I can live my own life.
Adventure.
You know what I mean? Just being able to get up and just be my own adult.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not having to listen to anybody. You know what I mean? Like just actually just getting up and just doing life how I want to do it.
So that's what motivates you every day to day, your family and doing life.
Yeah, bro. You just my everyday, honestly, man, is to be better than I was yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally.
My bad if I sounded rough. I'm flexing out a little bit. I meant that with the warmest feeling you can think, bro.
Yeah. No, just getting up and being better me, man. You know what I mean? I just strive to be better every day. Cause you know, trials and tribulations take you to, you know, in those different lanes. You just gotta, you know, you just gotta learn how to swerve. You know what I mean?
Sir. Sometimes you're not gonna be able to avoid all those little bumps in the road.
Nah, you're not.
But
you're
that's
really
part
not.
of life and growing up.
Definitely.
I couldn't avoid that Jeep like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I was on call with him. He's like, "Get the fuck out of here! They just crashed into me." I'm like, "No way, when?" He's like, "Now." I was working.
You just got an accident?
Yeah.
Man, they messed up his bumper bad.
This lady just did a left turn in front of me. It wasn't that bad.
I just hear on the phone. He's like,
"We're just crazy."
Oh, I just got in an accident. I'm like, "What do you mean?" "Yeah, I just got in a car crash." I'm like, "Turn your face to him on." He's like, "I'll call you back right now."
You ever been in a car crash?
Yeah, 2 years ago I totaled my car. 2 years ago.
How'd that happen?
Man, honestly, not paying attention. You know, and everybody asks me what happens, and I just tell them this. You know how sometimes you driving, and then you get somewhere and you're like,
how, like, yeah.
Oh yeah, you
know what I'm saying? Like,
you're like,
did I?
What?
Like, what the hell?
Like a Tesla.
Yeah.
Yo, like,
you're
for real.
autopilot, basically.
Like, you just driving, and then all of a sudden you're like, damn, I know I didn't doze off. How did I get right here? Like, I'm already right here.
Was the light red?
Straight up.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm just thinking about, I'm literally driving to a meeting, and I'm just not paying attention. You know, this is me thinking back to then. I remember just being in my own zone. I'm thinking about what we talking about in the meeting. And then next thing you know, I had a yellow light, a green light was turning to yellow. So I thought I had enough time to turn. And I guess I ain't have enough time. And so he hit me. He hit me on the on my passenger front tire, the whole side. So kind of smacked me through the whole light, pushed me through the whole light.
Oh shit.
Totaled my car.
What car was it?
Did you have any injuries?
No injuries. Was kind of surprised on that. Thank God he wasn't going faster than he was going.
God, even you don't know it, God is there.
Yeah, just totaled my car, man. And, man, that was my first, like, I've been in kind of minor ones where, you know, a bumper or something like that, but that was the first time that kind of shook me right there. I was kind of surprised. I kind of stood there for a second. And, like, am I okay? I wiggled my toes. And, you know what I mean? Like, oh my, all the airbags had deployed out. You know what I mean? So
did you hear that?
Man. So
in your ears?
my question is now, back to my homie, what kind of car was it?
What kind of car was it?
It was
to be in a car crash, car split in half and everything.
No, I didn't split in half. It wasn't like it was just the whole front, like from the tire, kind of a little bit of the motor.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I can see some of the fluid on the ground. So some of
so
the motor. So it
like
wasn't. So it wasn't like front. Split in half. It wasn't.
Man, I was imagining like a car flying in half in the sky and everything.
No, it definitely wasn't like that. No, it definitely wasn't like that. But it definitely totaled my car. You know what I mean? It definitely totaled. But it was like it was a Nissan SUV. Like I can't remember what the name of it. Yeah, it was like a Nissan SUV. It was the first car that was given to me after kind of my other car had broke down. But yeah, man, that kind of shook me. Being in an accident is kind of crazy. Now I got PTSD. Like I gotta look both ways 2 or 3 times before I even think about turning the car.
What is PTSD?
Post-traumatic stress disorder.
There you go. There you go.
It's like if I'm learning English all over again.
It's just to where like something had happened. Yeah. Something happens and then like you'll be doing something you just think you think about it again like
traumatized.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Traumatized.
Once.
Let me hear your story.
So I was driving and I was like to give a little details, you know. I was going like around like 30, 35. A semi brakes and then the car behind it brakes hard and then I just
hit him.
I hit him. Yeah. And then after that I had to stay back of a car like.
So you got PTSD?
Yeah. For a long time, for like at least like 2-3 months.
That'd be cool.
Every day. And I'd be driving every day, so it was hard.
Yeah.
It was kind of like, I don't know, scary, I would say.
Yeah, I've gotten in car accidents too. Just like back bumps or side hits. On the freeway one time I was driving, it was a Mustang 2007. The front tire, I didn't know it had like a ball, like the size of the size of a tennis ball, I want to say. Una toronja. And I was like, fuck it. I didn't know shit about tires being like that, so I was like with my cousin. I was like, fuck it, let's go take it to the shop so I can get this car fixed. So there we go, freeway. Right now, I start going 60 and I start going like, I'm like, hold up. I slowed down like to 40 and I go like, and I told my cousin, hey, hold on to your seat because this shit about to blow. That tire about to blow. And he's like, nah, you tripping, fool. I'm like, you dumb. Ain't nothing gonna happen. It's just a steering wheel. I'm like, all right, I told your ass. We going, and as soon as I said that and I got myself fixed, I even turned the
hazard lights.
Hazard lights.
Is that the sound that it makes?
Yeah. Hey, it makes that sound because both of them are going at the same time.
It does, definitely.
But yeah, we were going. I was going like, it goes, bah! I go, the car goes straight. It didn't even fucking go like this. I grabbed the fucking steering wheel so it didn't move nowhere. The good thing is the tire didn't pop fully.
Just a hole?
No. The what's it called?
The rim?
The outside of the tire, it like split from the tire. So it's like se descarapeló. Like when it peeled off the tire.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it peeled off the tire.
Wow.
So that's
rubber.
The rubber, yeah, the top layer of the tire peeled off out of the tire.
Crazy.
Yeah, so it popped and I had like 3 semis and like 2 heavy duty trucks behind me. I fucking go like, I stop, I break with both my feet, I grab the steering wheel, and I go like that for around 6 seconds. I'm going like, because the car is sliding shit, right?
Yeah.
And then it almost comes, I get on down to like 20, and I fucking just book it again, and I get on the side of the freeway, and there the tire just goes like, just sit in my side panel. I'm like, shit, that's about to be another like $1,000 to fix.
Definitely.
Yeah, then this we were there, and then you know how I told you my cousin was all chill and shit like that? This was him after. He was like,
Oh, I bet.
He was like, "What's good, cousin? What happened?"
Oh, I bet.
Oh, no, nothing. No,
Right.
I'm chilling.
Right.
Yeah, but good thing everything turned out good.
For sure.
This guy, shout out to that guy. He came up. He was like, "What? God damn, guys, you guys okay? You handled that shit good. Where'd you learn how to drive?" I'm like, "I don't know. I've been driving since I was 10.
Right.
It's like that's good. That's good. You guys okay? No need to call no services or nothing. I was like, "Nah, we chilling.
Oh,
we just a little bit shaken up, but we chilling."
That's what's up.
And then he went on his way. But yeah, shout out to that guy.
For sure.
Shout out to that guy. That's the people you always gonna remember.
Yep.
I bet you, bro. If he ever sees these and recognize me, I from time to time I be thinking, I'm like, what that guy might be doing.
Yeah.
Yep. Probably out there helping somebody.
Yeah.
Somebody else.
Definitely.
My next question.
Yeah.
All right, we're moving. Themes. I'm looking at your shoes. I'm looking at your pants, the hoodie, the beanie. Talk to him about your style, bro. I fuck with it.
You know, I'm plain Jane, you know what I mean? I don't try too much. I'm East Coast, you know what I mean? Everybody love Jordans, you know what I mean? I think Jordans is like a fashion statement, all kinds, all colors.
I'm looking at the ones you have. Which ones you have on today?
Man, you don't get me to lying. I will not be able to tell you if I had the Jordan 4s that came out in 97. I could not tell you. I don't know. I'm not one of them. I just like what they are. I can't really tell you, but I don't. If the camera can get, I don't know if the camera. I don't know if the camera can get it. I don't really know, but
I like the colors. I like with the colors. They catch the eye and make them. I like the vibe it gives off.
I appreciate just this is my son's hoodie. You know what I mean? I just happened to find it in my laundry. So this a nice essentials hoodie, you know what I mean? Plain jeans, but I'm not too much, you know what I mean? I in the summertime I like flashy socks. I'm a flashy sock guy.
Oh, yeah?
You know what I mean?
Green ones?
Man, all kind of colors, man. I'm a kind of color guy, you know what I mean? I like to match the shoes or sock color with some hats or you know what I mean? So
tell me your favorite color palette for putting on a fit. Like you feeling yourself and you're like, this color palette is my go-to always.
Probably a red and black, man.
Red and black?
You know what I mean?
That red wine, bro, and the silk shirts.
Come on. That's a nice color.
Yeah. I fuck with that
That's
color.
A nice color. Man. And it flows, you know what I mean? So
either pair with black or gray or a gray pants with like little white stripes going down, you know? Man.
I'm with the those are wedding colors. You know what I mean?
Colors.
Those grays with the whites and
quinceañera colors.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on. Yes. There we go. Definitely.
Mariachi color?
Nah.
Bro. Nah. Their suits are literally white, black, and red. That's literally the color palette for some of them.
I don't know.
White shirt.
I can't remember if any mariachi with red.
Black suit. And like the
mariachi bands,
yeah, and writings and things.
Have you seen a mariachi with red, wearing red?
I haven't, nah. But actually, they other than red, I think they've had a few colors. Like, I know I seen one in blue. I seen that before. That was pretty cool because it was like blue with a white pearl.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they were pretty suave. I like the way they was dressed.
Nice
definitely
style.
Had the big hats.
Me honestly, I don't know. I forget those little details.
Here you go.
Yeah, I'm a little detail guy.
I forget those little details.
I'm a little detail.
The receipts.
Oh yeah, he went right back to the he went back to the 70s with the picture. You know what I mean? He brought up
Vicente Fernandez song, bro. He still be wearing that color palette.
For sure.
Yeah, when someone tells me, "Hey, that looks good on you," like, "Oh, thank you," I forget what I have. I don't take those details.
You should be doing this. You look good today. Take a picture of me then.
That could work.
That way I can remember next time, huh?
Yeah.
That could work.
True.
Oh man, so right now in store for us and for the fans and viewers, what do you got for the future? What's some entertainment right there?
Entertainment coming up, man. Cinco de Mayo weekend. I want to say it's May the 4th. We got a big taco, tequila, and
Oh, you're gonna be there?
yeah, taco, tequila, and
Yeah.
Chev.
We got to see the we got to meet
I can't. I tell you,
tacos,
man,
tequilas,
they will
and
kill me for that.
chelas.
Yes,
I think it is.
yes.
We got to meet the
promoter, the dude that's doing that.
the guy.
You have his number, huh?
Lafante.
Yeah. I think I have his flyer.
That's my best friend.
Yeah.
No way.
No way, dude.
Yeah, that's my best friend.
Hey, I'm telling you, God has his ways, bro.
Yeah, that's my best friend.
No way.
We met him at the Jokers, outside of Jokers.
Yes.
He was outside handing the flyers. I have the flyer in my house.
Yeah, that's my best friend.
Bobby Pulido is gonna be there too.
Yes.
Yeah.
All the shows you see on my Instagram, that's all his shows. Lil Wayne, all them shows. Every show you see me ever do is always.
You should invite him to the pod.
I just had a deja vu right now.
You should invite him to the pod.
Definitely.
I messaged
Part 2,
them,
guys. Part 2 of the pod.
Definitely.
Yes,
Stay tuned for that.
Yes,
he
sir.
will be here on the next one. For sure.
Hey, we got it. We got it.
Done. That's a wrap. That's a wrap. He don't even know it yet, but part 2, he's coming. Watch.
We met at Jokers. Next time you're gonna meet us at the Alexpa Productions studio with the homie Sean the dog, Alexpa Pacheco Productions.
Yeah.
Edwin El Grizzly Díaz, right. You already know. El compa Dani, ya se la saben. Aquí estamos echando chingazo.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yes.
How small.
Right. So we got that coming up, man, and actually, the Friday before that, he has a show in Knoxville, Tennessee, where I'm doing University of Tennessee, with the baby, Sexy Red,
Tennessee,
the Mexican OT. Yeah.
You're flying over there?
Flying over there on a Friday.
Nice.
And then I'll be back on Sunday. Yeah.
That's the artist life, right?
Come on.
Yeah.
So he doing big. That's his show. That's LaFonte's show.
Yeah.
Over there in Tennessee. Yeah. So yeah, I'll be in that on Friday.
Yeah, he said he was from there.
May 31st, the Kings of the West. And Hawaii.
Damn.
So we're gonna be out there for that.
That's a dream, bro. Living, doing your job, working on your job, and doing what you like, being your job. You know, traveling, eating up Miami, California. You know, going to Texas, over New York.
It's crazy everywhere that this job has really taken me. You know what I'm saying? Like, and shout out to my man LaFonte, and we'll talk about that too on part 2. We'll talk about that. Part two. Man, he was the first one that started with Big Gemini when we first started, and man, just to see where life has taken him as well as me during this job, man. Everywhere, man, from Texas to Florida to Mississippi to.
What's the farthest place you've been to?
If Hawaii is the furthest, I guess
it's gonna be.
You know what I mean?
You've been there already?
Yeah, we he just had an event called the Hawaii Fest. He did a Hawaii Fest, and he had it was Bob Marley's 80th birthday celebration, and he did it in Hawaii, and it was major.
Wait, he's still alive?
No.
Oh,
okay. No. Oh my gosh.
Hey, I'm sorry. It's because I don't know about I don't know.
No, he's not. So his family came. His sons came.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? And sung some of his songs as well as their songs. So it was a big two-day festival he had out there, man. It was pretty big. So
cool.
If the furthest is Hawaii, then I guess Hawaii, yeah.
Nice.
Entonces, yeah, guys.
That's crazy.
Wait for part 2. We're definitely gonna stay put.
Yeah, stay tuned. Part 2 coming.
We're gonna start sharing this little clips of the podcast.
Yeah.
Whoever shares more clips, what should the price be?
When is this coming out?
This is coming out on Monday. So this Monday, the other Monday.
So whoever gives more shares on this, I'll give them 2 pair tickets to the show.
To the show.
Ooh.
Chelas, tequila, and tacos.
Yes, sir.
That's
all right.
Tacos.
Whoever shares, whoever has more shares of this video on their clip, on TikTok or Instagram, is gonna win 2 tickets for Chela.
Tacos,
tequila, y chelas.
Yes.
Hey,
Ándale lo que dijo. What he said.
I mean, we got a lot of Spanish speakers, So, para todos los que compartan video tengan más compartidas, se van a ganar 2 entradas para tacos, tequila y chelas.
¿Esa la saben, raza? Váyanse a los clips, a hacer clips ahí.
I don't know how to say most of these names, but
jálense.
Frankie J gonna be there, Baby Bash, Amanda Perez, MC Magic.
Los DJs que van a estar ahí.
Bobby, what's his name?
Bobby Pulido.
Mila 22.
Milla 22.
And yeah. Y'all need to be out there. Like I said, two tickets. We'll give away a pair of tickets for the person who shares the most on TikTok and Instagram.
When you share it, tag us in the post.
There you go.
Alexpa Productions. You're gonna find it. You're gonna find everything in the video's description.
No way! I can't wait for a vlog over there. That's gonna be crazy.
It's gonna be crazy. That day is gonna be amazing.
Yeah,
it's gonna be fire.
It's gonna be amazing. So yeah, y'all stay tuned for part 2. Y'all get them shares up, comment, like, share, whatever it is. Let's get it, man. I'll see y'all for part 2. I thank y'all for having me. We got some clips. Coming. We got some clips. These guys was in the club with me. Mm-hmm. We were going crazy at the club, and these guys got some clips of that, video clips as well. So we're gonna be sharing a lot of that. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all very much for having me, man. I don't be on too many podcasts, but thank y'all. I appreciate y'all. Lovely studio. Stay tuned for part 2. We got it coming up. Your boy Seandon. Anytime you see that name on the flyer, just know we're going all the way up, baby.
We're gonna save some questions for
the next one.
Next podcast.
Sure. That's gonna be interesting because my man he got a story. You know what I mean? He got a story. Definitely.
All right.
I just want you to know, like we're thankful. I'm thankful for you being here, to meet you, to meet new people. I'm not used to meeting like.
He's antisocial.
Not
not antisocial, but he's not he's introvert.
Okay, got you. Okay,
extrovert.
Okay,
it's good, and I've always met people that speak Spanish or people that speak English and talk to them. It's like making me grow my language and also like know how to like treat people too in that language, right?
Yep.
So thank you.
Yes, sir.
And if anything, we're gonna be here.
Come on.
So, yeah.
Part 2 coming up, y'all.
Yes, sir.
Muchas gracias. Cuídense mucho.
Ten al pendiente, raza. Sean the Don.
Yes, sir.
Viva la casa. Aquí estuvimos hablando un rato de su historia, de sus inspiraciones y sus gustos.
And then if you ever wanna meet him, see him, Daisy Ranch, right?
Daisy Ranch, Friday nights. Finally Fridays, Daisy Ranch. We play everything, man. We out there. Not only that, but we got some shows coming up. Just y'all stay tuned, man. Don't go nowhere. Remember, Party with the Don. We going all the way up, baby.
Shout out to production, Dani.
Gracias. Production, that's right. Wouldn't be nothing without y'all, man.
That's right. Producción, compa Dani. Vamos a poner ahorita vamos a poner su logo de Instagram aquí. ¡Tas! Compa Dani. Ahí para que lo sigan. Al muchacho. Puro business inquiry. Las morritas no, ¿verdad, Dani? Ya tiene novia. Ya tiene novia, muchachas. Perdón, está muy guapo, pero perdón.
Peace out.
Arre, nos vemos, raza. Peace out. Thank you, son of Don. We out.
Nice. Loved it.